All right, guys, today we're taking a look at the brand new XCAM Sabre mini video stabilizer. Now, this is the original XCAM here, and you notice that the size is fairly close, so they're going to balance about the same type of camera, and they both come with travel bags here, which you can see are the same size. So there's not going to be a lot of difference as far as the compact size of this new stabilizer, but there is a ton of features added in here that is going to make this a better stabilizer than the older version, and we'll dive into that in a second here. So let's get rid of these bags. All right, so as you can tell, the size is pretty much the same, but the XCAM Mini is kind of limited to how much it can support. You can raise this post a little bit so you can support heavier cameras, but you have a fixed gimbal here, and you notice that the gimbal is very small, but it is a fixed gimbal, so you're still very limited to the amount of weight you can fly on this XCAM Mini here, this original version. Now in the Sabre, they've made some huge upgrades. First of all, they're using a carbon fiber post here, so it's a little bit lightweight as far as, you know, without adding the weights at the bottom here. It's pretty lightweight. Another thing they've added was it's telescoping. So you can see how high this gets. Now this one can't get as high, so it's not going to support a heavy system like the Sabre can. So besides that, it also has an adjustable gimbal here, so you can fine-tune your balance and support even heavier cameras if your gimbal is placed up at the top here, because that's going to add essentially more weight at the bottom. It's going to be more bottom heavy without adding physical weights. So that's a great feature here. So, and you can see the size of the gimbal here is much larger. So the Sabre also has the folding leg design here. It's kind of sitting like a tripod. So whatever camera you're throwing on here, you can set it down and you don't have to worry about it just tipping over as easily. The new features up here, it's easier to set your stage left and right, forward and back. It has a quick release safety pin here so it doesn't fall off the top. Also has a quick release lock here. So the top stage is much easier to balance than the older XCAM Mini here, where you had to turn one knob in one direction and the other knob in almost the same direction. And underneath here, there was a little knob to bring the stage forward and back, but very time consuming to get this thing balanced. But once you got it balanced, it worked really, really well. But here, you're able to balance heavier cameras. You have a lot more fine-tuning adjustments. For one, this telescoping post here can physically make this more bottom heavy. Outside of that, you have the adjustable gimbal. So those are two major upgrades compared to the older version here, which was still, you know, limited to a small camera weight. This one can fly fairly decent cameras, not the Blackmagic Cinema camera, but a good amount of weight. So anyways, that's a quick look at the XCAM Sabre, the new stabilizer, which I really like. They've basically put all the features that I've been talking about for years in stabilizers. Like this one lacks the adjustable gimbal, the simple telescoping post. This one is added in here. You have the left, right, forward, back adjustments, quick release. They've really gone a long way. Now, if you look very, very closely at this XCAM Sabre, the quality and the finish is really top notch. It looks really, really nice. So when you guys pick it up, you're not gonna feel like this is a cheap product. It looks and it feels really, really well made. All right, so I have a Canon 5D Mark II here with a Sigma 20mm lens. There's some markings on the side of this quick release plate here, and I pre-balanced this earlier today, so stabilizer should be fairly balanced. So it's very smooth, but at the same time, very easy to balance. So we'll take this out and get some test footage for you guys. All right, so that is the new XCAM Sabre mini stabilizer. For information about this, check it out at cheesycam.com. Wait, who runs counterclockwise?
Run like a girl.